Welcome back to World News Today. I'm Lucy Hockings. Let's get more now on Barack Obama's visit to Turkey. In a news conference just a few minutes ago, Mr. Obama called on Turkey to help bridge the gap between the Muslim and Western worlds. Dr. Gülnur Aybet is from the Department of Politics and International Relations at the University of Kent. She joins me now in the studio. They were warm words from President Obama. How will he be received? Because there was a lot of damage limitation that needed to be done after the years of President Bush.
Absolutely, and I think this is the beginning of a new era where the United States is engaging Turkey as a much more proactive regional partner rather than a functional ally that the United States would call upon if things went wrong. And there is, like you said, a lot of damage limitation to be done here. In fact, the US policy has been damage limitation without really addressing the substance of the relationship since the October 2007 crisis over the PKK presence in northern Iraq, which Turkey had asked US help and assistance for and didn't get for a very long time. And until Turkey actually amassed large troops on the border and passed the bill through Parliament for an incursion into northern Iraq, the United States and most of Turkey's Western allies hadn't actually listened to the seriousness of Turkey's pleas. So since then it has actually been damage limitation, and I think this is probably the beginning of moving beyond that to a more genuine partnership.
We've seen some proactive negotiations that Turkey's been involved in with Syria and the Israelis, also with the Palestinians and the Israelis. Is that the sort of thing you're talking about, that we're going to see regionally just more intervention by Turkey?
Well, definitely. I mean, Turkey has been playing a much more proactive regional role, but it all depends on how things move on. I mean, which each role is quite unique in its own situation. So, for example, Turkey have actually said that they would resume their mediation role with the Syrian-Israeli talks if there was demand by either side. And I think there will be. But there are also other roles as well, what Turkey can do in terms of engaging Iran as well.
What about Turkey's role in NATO? Because President Obama mentioned that hugely symbolic that Turkey is a part of NATO and has a small presence in Afghanistan as well.
Yes, I mean, Turkey, as you know, has been a member of NATO since 1952. And the importance that Turkey has been taking part in a large number of peace enforcement operations that NATO has been leading, peace stabilization operations. But again, also, I think within NATO, not just with the United States, but with the other Western allies in general, there is this probably the beginning of a moving away of treating Turkey as a functional ally and a genuine transatlantic partner.
Every US president in recent years has said they support Turkey's accession to the European Union. President Obama has also expressed that. It didn't go down well in France, particularly.
No.
But do you think that this could give it new impetus and a new push?
Well, there's so much the United States can do. It is an EU matter. But on the other hand, it's not a new thing. The United States, previous administrations have always supported Turkey's EU membership. They see it as a completion of the wider Euro-Atlantic integration, if you like, particularly if this is part of also the completion of Euro-Atlantic integration of the Western Balkans, then somehow Turkey has to be in there as well. But it is an EU matter at the end of the day, and we have to see how this processes, and the negotiations are becoming a little tougher than usual. But on the other hand, we also saw yesterday that the Obama administration are engaging old Europe in a new way, and it will be very interesting to see how transatlantic relations play out and what kind of negotiations and bargaining will happen in the long run, which will affect Turkey's EU accession process.
We will have to see. Dr. Gülnur Aybet, thank you very much for joining us with those